it's so frustrating. As friends and people in the world, cool, but as debate opponents, it's got to be one of the most frustrating things to deal with.
So, yeah, well, I mean, I've got a question. Like, what, why won't you talk to autistic people? Why is that?
Well, I knew you were autistic before you said it because I could tell that the way that you were getting hung up on certain words and your inability to let a conversation flow.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of autistic people have this
What's
problem.
wrong with
Your brain's just
autistic
not
people?
thinking the same way that other people are. And I don't want to be like, it's a disability. It's like expecting somebody to run as
Is
fast
it?
or as good as somebody else who has a really damaged leg or something. They're just not going to be able to. So rather than deal with the frustration, I'd rather just not engage.
It's not classified as a disability. It's classified as a neurological
Disorder?
disorder. Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, fine, disorder.
So you don't like talking with autistic people. You think you shouldn't talk with them.
I don't think debating, no. I think they
Why?
totally lose sight of the fact that they're talking to a person and there's other things than just like it's yeah,
So
I just seen you turn into that autistic pit bull that I've seen other people turn into and it's yeah, it's not really a thing that I want to
So,
be
do
around.
you understand that's an ad hominem, has got nothing to do with the arguments that I'm making? You're just
Of
basically
course.
insulting me for my neurology and not actually providing any reason why any of my things are wrong. You're just basically insulting me. And
No,
ba-
I've explained it. The inability to allow a conversation to flow in an enjoyable manner, your willingness to get so caught up on things that were previously said as opposed to the ideas being pushed forward, your ability to get so caught up on a word and its definition, you don't a lot of autistic people do this thing where they laugh at what somebody says because they find it stupid and they don't realize how insulting that is. I I'm sure you've I don't know, whatever. I don't want to assume anything about your life, but yeah, I see it with you. I see it. It's like and then a certain point comes where I start to not care. I no longer care about you. I don't see you as another human being. I just see you as a robot that's battling with me because it's that's what's
so,
happening.
what's the
So
reason for you interrupting me constantly and not
watch
allowing me
the
to
fucking
talk?
debate, man. Watch the fucking debate so
I
your
was
stupid
there.
fucking mind sees how you're the one interrupting me for the whole first bit. You and James are friends. Of course he's going to be more lenient with you. He tells me to freaking shut up, but he just says, "Oh, hey, Mark, what? I'm never coming back on the show again. Tell me to shut up because I say one little thing." And another thing you don't understand is the difference between saying one word like "how." That's not hijacking a conversation and interrupting. Okay, if I just say, "What are you talking about?" or "That's not true," that's not me interrupting and now taking your spotlight away. But when you would interrupt, it would literally be that talking over. It would be changing of the topic, not just asking a simple little question or throwing out a little comment. It's literally hijacking the conversation. Where I would just say one little word, like, "What are you talking about?" or "It was kind of hard, James, and I got to shut the fuck up." Screw that. You guys can have your
Yeah,
little
I
atheist
think he was
community.
right to do so, quite frankly, and he's a very, very neutral moderator that's very well known throughout the community. But you're basically a bigot who is, sort of using a neurological condition of mind to justify your terrible behaviour and your horrible things that you do in a debate. You talked over the top of me even after James said just let him finish, and then you talked over the moderator. I don't know why in
I
a
didn't
debate
talk
you.
over him. I said a simple question, or it was basically saying that the reason why I want to move forward is because this is a part of the Q&A. And then he actually realized, you know what, Ronnie's right. This has been going on for a long time. We should move forward. And he didn't want to really continue that segment. He wanted to wrap things up because what I was saying was true. And after he realized when he told me to shut up or whatever, I think he had a completely different tone. But
So,
yeah,
so
like
I have a question. Why don't
that
you
wasn't right of him to do that.
why don't you think people on the autism spectrum shouldn't be allowed to debate? Why do you think
Course
that's
they should
bad?
be allowed. Of course they should be allowed. I just
But
said I personally prefer not to.
yeah, and called my brain stupid.
Well, I mean, I don't actually think you're stupid. I think you're probably quite smart. I think you're at least 110 IQ. There's no way you can't be.
No idea. But this has been interesting, and I'll certainly put this up on my channel. It'll be fun. So, yeah, look forward to that. But cheers. Thanks a lot. And I suppose, I would be happy to debate, but obviously, if you don't want to debate an autistic person, then I'll put that up on my channel. And
Based on my experiences, I don't think it's good for me to involve myself with it. I mean, it's a spectrum. So some people may be considered to be on the spectrum or whatever, but I want to highlight that nowhere did I ever say or suggest. I don't know if you're live right now or not. This is just me being honest. I didn't
oh
even
no,
think about
I'm
that.
just recording because
Okay,
like when you
that's fine.
started on about how horrible it was to be autistic, it's something that I've got sort of strong opinions about being on the spectrum myself. I think my arguments are well considered. I don't think I called you stupid at any point. I think I said that, hey, thinking this is irrational and thinking this is a silly argument, that is not personally attacking you, as you well know. And I did not make any personal attacks on you whatsoever. But
Okay, let me explain something. I could be like, really? That's the shirt you're wearing? Now, I didn't
sure.
insult you, but the tone is. So when I would make certain points and certain claims, you would laugh, you would snicker, you would act as if what I was saying wasn't being said by virtually every single theist and deist philosopher out there. And what I hate about it is your channel likes to, or sorry, not your channel, your community and the community that's on modern day debate, they like to try to bully theists into making them think that what they're saying is
There's
completely
only one
retarded and
bully
nobody
here,
supports
Ronnie.
that.
There's only one bully here, mate, and I'm
And that's
looking at
you.
him. No, I'm looking at him.
No, how have I bullied you? How have I bullied you by
So,
saying that
so
I
you've
don't want to
said that
talk,
I've got
that I
a.
don't want to have a debate with an autistic person in the future? Is that a form of bullying?
Well, yeah, it's basically using a personal characteristic of mine as a bludgeon to basically call my arguments and the way that I've presented myself in the debate terrible, as well as, calling my brain stupid. But,
Well,
that
okay,
you're
I did call you
responsible.
stupid, but that was completely an ad hom, which I admit.
Well,
Like, do you think that I'm still standing by it? Like, can your sorry word I can't describe brain get beyond that? That was just an insult, and we should both like just recognize it and put it to the side, or do you want to hammer down on the fact that I called you stupid and still think that I think you're stupid, even though I told you I think your IQ is 110?
yeah, just to continue before I was cut off, you constantly overtalk me and like interrupt me, which is sort of bullying behavior in a debate. And I'm not sure why you can't recognize this about yourself. But I'm going to leave it there because if you don't want to debate somebody like me, then that's your choice. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. But what I
Are
can
you
do.
saddened by my words?
Am I saddened by your words? In what context? Do I feel like they apply to me? No, I don't think you're accurate at all. I think you're wrong. But it does it
Well, I see
sad
sadness in your eyes.
well, does it sadden me that society has this stigma towards it? Sure, makes me sad. I don't know why I wouldn't feel sad that there's bigots out there that think that I can't have a reasonable conversation because I have autism. But you can think
No, I
that if
think
you
you
want.
can. I
Well,
personally don't think
you
that
can think
I
that if you want. I don't care. You've basically made it absolutely clear. So I'm going to go now. But thanks for this enlightening conversation. And possibly you can come into my comments and maybe try and explain why you
Okay,
said it.
listen, you said, Ronnie, you're absolutely horrible before I insulted you with anything. Okay, so if you want to talk specifically about ad
Yeah.
homs, you literally said, Ronnie, you're just horrible. This was maybe 15 minutes into the debate. So you can take your sad little face and all of this stuff because
Actually,
whatever ways that I have insulted you, okay, is in response, in reaction to how you've treated me and how I feel that many autistic people debate. They don't care so much about the human and the emotion, and so they'll say something like you did, which is just immature and ugly, that Ronnie, you're a horrible person. So me, as somebody who, I'm very reactive. I can hold my shit together, but once I'm poked and prodded, I don't care. So if at the end of it I realize, you know what, I'm insulting this person by saying their autism has been a problem in the debate, and I don't know if I want to debate autistic people in the future, I'm going to say that to you. But if you weren't such a dick to me, if you weren't the asshole to begin with, it's not like I would have came out onto the debate being like, oh, what, you're autistic? I don't want to debate autistic people. You did something that is in pattern with other autists, and that's
autists.
my reasoning for me not wanting to engage. But I'm not telling you you can't. I'm not telling you you can't have amazing conversations with other people, but for whatever reason when I debate autistic people, it seems to go horrible. Like I debate like Jews on whether or not Israel should exist. We never argue and fight. Watch all my debates. Watch any debate that I've been in, aside from the one with you and T Jump, and it doesn't continue like this. Like we actually engage with each other, and the conversation moves forward. But the debate that I had with you and T Jump, I just feel like it was actually a waste of time. I
You
don't feel
can
it was a genuine conversation. I
you
just feel
can
like it was a waste of time.
you can feel that way all you want, but this has been great to get an insight in your sort of bigotry. But yeah, do have a good
Inside my
day.
bigotry.
And
Fuck you.
well, don't you think it's bigoted? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my opponent in the debate afterwards telling me that yeah, well, you heard it, and that my behaviour was completely unacceptable. Amazing. I think it's a him problem, but thank you so much.